All right, listen, let's blast out a few tunes here and then we'll talk more. What are you going to do? Sure. Or do whatever you want.
Should we, as usual, we've done no practice at all, so what
Like us. Like us.
It was down in the town of Old Bantry, where most of the fighting was done. It was there that a young Irish soldier was shot by the Black Town's gun as he raised himself up on one elbow. Sure, the blood from his lips it red, and he turned to his comrades beside him. These are the words that we said. Won't you bury me on the mountain so I can see where the battle was won? So they buried your brothers on the mountain, neath the cross that lay facing the sun. And they wrote, "Here lies a true Irish soldier who was shot by the Black Town's gun." And now that we are back in Old Dublin, and the battle is over and won, won't you think of those comrades who buried arms under God's rising sun? It was down in the town of Old Bantry, where most of the fighting was done. It was there that a young Irish soldier was shot by the Black Town's gun. Was shot by the Black Town's gun.
Woo! Good job. Way to
Great song,
go.
Alec and John.
Way to go.
Here's a song, Gerry, we were talking about the Clancy Brothers, and they made this really, I suppose, famous at the time, and lots of people have sung it since. There's nothing like the old ones. I don't think that they'll never go away.
Never.
It's called The Leaving of Liverpool.
Oh.
It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, oh my darling, when I think of thee. Ship down again, sailing ship, right it is. Just is captain of her, say that she's so fare thee well, my own true love. When I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee. The sun is on harbour love, they shine bright. Oh, it will long, long time before I see him. So fare thee well, my own true love. When I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee. So fare thee well, my own true love. When I return united we will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool
impression you gave there. You picked that up in the Liberties in Dublin. Did you?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a good one. We're going to go to a few commercials because we do have to pay bills here, and then we will.
My father was a fisherman, just like his dad before. We sailed a boat from Killybegs off Ireland's northwest shore. After the Sundays in the beautiful, but we hear our hearts stand still. But tomorrow, boys, is back to sea again. The stories that the young men told are dark nights under the sea. But raise the hair up on your neck, I know they did too. Turn stars and thunder winds and strange lights in the sky, but I always saw the sparkle in their eyes. And early morn we'd start our day, each sailing at his post. We'd drop the nets into the swell, I'd watch the cornboys float, and our hearts slide over. All next day, fill the holes and then be on our way. Evil way, all the way. Evil way, back to sea again. Sitting round the table with my father and his mates, a cup of tea, a hearty meal, served up. And we sing old shanty songs into the night. We haul the nets into the port, like declaration way. We drop the nets into the swell, and then the lookers day. Then it's into town down to the boats, with stories, songs and tales. But tomorrow, boys, is back to sea again. Evil way, all the way, evil way, back to sea again.
Woo! Excellent. Excellent.
Back to
You
sea.
guys wrote that, huh?
Yeah.
Alec wrote it.
Nice,
Great one,
nice
great
stuff.
one.
Isn't it
Great
on
one.
any of your CDs?
It is, yes. It was on one of the CDs, yeah. Be nice if I could remember the bloody thing, though, you know.
Well, you remember the words anyway. You know, you're a lot younger than John is.
Isn't it enough that you write it?
I know, but I don't, though.
I know. I go into a room and I say, what did I come in here for?
It's getting worse and worse.
But let me do this. Vince, my barber, and Eddie's barber, and everybody's barber now, we hope. We're going to do a few. Daniel is a great performer and
Yeah, he's
hugely
top class.
successful.
Oh, he's top
And
He's
he's a
amazing.
nice guy.
Yeah.
He really is.
He's a lovely person. There's no question about it.
Class. In fact, I heard a story there. He did a huge concert, as everybody knows. The music business, not only here in America but in Ireland, is the same way with COVID. And Daniel put together a special show, a video that they
I
performed.
heard about this.
And it went. I mean, it went all over the world,
Mm-hmm.
and all the proceeds went to the members of his band. Every penny of it went to help the lads in the band out because nobody has any work.
That's an idea for you, Alec.
I was thinking, you know, I was just going to say, John,
You could do one of those videos.
all our proceeds go to the starving Irish musicians.
Yeah.
As you can see, Gerry, we're slipping away to nothing.
Oh, yeah. But the funny thing about Daniel O'Donnell, he's the same band with him. I think only one member has left the band in 25 years.
We're the same way ourselves.
Of course you are.
Amazingly
How long
successful.
are you two together?
20,
25 now.
20, 25 years.
That's great.
Longer
Well,
than
of course, Dermot O'Brien said to me one time, I don't know both of you guys remember Dermot O'Brien, he came in here years ago with an 8-piece band to the West Side Irish Club. It was called Dermot O'Brien and the Clubmen.
Oh, yeah.
And then I saw him a few years later, he came to the East Side Club and he had 2 people with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, look, I got tired, of calling people in the morning, trying to wake them up, making sure that everyone is sober to get on stage that night. He says, now I only got 2 people to worry about, myself and that other guy. And eventually he did a solo.
He did, yeah. Well, you're talking about Dermot O'Brien, the clubman, who's a good friend and knew Dermot for years. Derek McCormick, who sang in Barleycorn, who's an amazing voice, sadly passed on. But Derek played in the clubmen with Dermot O'Brien for 14 years before he joined Barleycorn.
He was probably at the West Side IA when
He
Dermot
may well
played
have,
there.
may
years
well have
ago.
been.
I bet he was.
He toured all over the place with Dermot, and they were very good friends.
Wasn't Dermot some talent?
Oh, brilliant.
He was an amazing man.
Brilliant. He really was.
He was the first one that I ever heard put an album out on the computer. This was before computers became popular. But he played every instrument on the album,
Yeah.
and he did it all on his computer, set in his living room.
Yeah.
And it sounded like an orchestra.
Everybody in the business back then, you would be standing in line to have Dermot record for you, produce. He really had,
He produced some Barleycorn.
He did.
He did indeed over the years, and
Wasn't he a
some things that
musician?
I played on a session on quite a number of Dermot's things. Funny enough, I played a session on Daniel O'Donnell's, one of his recordings. Couldn't even tell you what it was now, it was that long ago. But, he did one, he was in the first band he had, I think it was the Green Valley or something like that. But I remember we played a concert in Glasgow with him. Very nice fella, and he's
Oh yeah, oh he is, yeah.
he's a class act.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys, what are we going to do? 10:51 here in the Irish Show, and you're listening to the Irish program from Cleveland, Ohio, and on the internet at whkradio.com. You can send us an email at quinirishradio@yahoo.com.
Shannon Farrell, tell me why you worry so. Mission go, mission listen, and those cheeks were all low. Either orders from the captain, get you ready to get soon. For the pikes must be together by the rising of the sun.
By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon.
For the pikes must be together
By the rising of the moon.
And then tell me, Shannon Farrell, where the gathering is to be. At the old spot by the river right by north. Forward for single token, whistle out the marching tune. With your pick upon your shoulder by the rising of the moon.
By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon.
With your picks upon your shoulder
By the rising of the moon.
out of many good wall cannonades were watching the night. Many a manly heart was beating for the lesson of the night. Riding along the valley, like the banshees walking through. And 1,000 blades were flashing by the rising of the moon.
By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. 1,000 blades were flashing by the rising of the moon.
Down along that singing river, that dark mass of men was seen. High above their shining weapons, and their own belittling. Death to every foe and traitor, forward strike the marching tune. And our army boys for freedom is the rising of the moon.
Is the rising of the moon, is the rising of the moon.
Our army boys for freedom.
Is the rising of the moon.
Woo! Excellent,
Very
excellent,
great. John,
excellent.
Ken Callahan. Read what Ken Callahan said.
So Ken Callahan, who former judge,
You
a
want,
good friend.
you want me to
Judge-
tell
And
the
so-
story,
Judge
don't you?
Callahan.
No, I can't. Judge Callahan, that's right.
Yeah.
Was fortunate to hear John and the original Barleycorn perform "The Men Behind the Wire" in Teach Verbo.
No, wait a minute.
Sorry.
Chuck
Chuck
Furbo.
Chuck
Verbo,
Verbo.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm working on
my
it.
American in Galway on August 1972. It was the #1 song in the Republic. They gave all the profits to the H Block families. So excellent.
1972, John.
This is true.
Excellent.
You know, you never think there'd be people here today that remembers that, isn't it?
Well, I tell you a little bit of trivia. Since I came to Cleveland, and sadly, as we all know, Nighttown has
Yeah.
closed down. But every year that we played St. Patrick's Day there, Judge Callahan would come along and every year he would request the Men Behind the
Is
Bar.
that right?
Yeah.
And every year we played it for him.
Right,
Great person.
yeah.
No, I love Kenny.
No, so good.
Yeah.
Well, he's got memories of that. So, and there's lots of people listening live on Facebook. Thank you
Right.
so much for always listening. And
Now
we've
listen,
got our
I
friends
keep,
in
I keep
Ireland.
telling her, when she swings the camera, to do it nice and smooth and slowly. And let's not be, Colleen, turn the camera off me.
And we're on Facebook now, are we?
Live?
Yes, we
Oh,
are
big
live.
God. I would have worn
I
a
know,
clean shirt,
I
for
know,
God's sake.
Clean shirt,
Yeah.
10:54, and here comes Eddie again.
I know again. Well, we got people are calling in. It's Freddie Talty called in, and happy birthday to Bridgie Conway.
Oh,
That's another
fantastic.
birthday for
I know,
Eddie.
another birthday. Yeah.
That's great. Two wonderful women.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Bridgie.
I don't know if the Barleycorn is getting tired or not. They
Thank-
haven't asked for the fifth of whiskey yet, so I suppose they're still okay.
Yeah.
Alec, you haven't asked for a fifth of whiskey yet, so I guess you're all right. Did you ever drink the fifth on the fourth?
I've been looking around.
Will you,
I don't see
you
a
announce
thing
the
here.
singing?
Oh, by the way, I wanted to announce to our listening audience, next Sunday, we're going to have the Irish ambassador, or the ambassador to Ireland. He's going to be here. That's Eddie Crawford. And then the following week, Eddie will be talking about his term as American ambassador to Ireland. He's back in Cleveland now, and we are going to talk to him. He had really a nice letter in the Irish Independent, I think it was last week or the week after, talking about his stay in Ireland. So he's going to be talking to us about that next Sunday. And then the following Sunday, we're going to have Mike Gibbons. And Mike Gibbons is the venture capitalist that is leading the drive for the Lordstown truck plant, for opening up the Lordstown truck plant. They're going to build the first electric pickup truck here in the state of Ohio. So Mike is going to be talking about that. Mike is a graduate of St. Ignatius High School, a strong supporter of that institution. But anyway, that's in the coming weeks. But right now, we have the new Barleycorn with us. Colleen, I got to tell you, I don't understand sign language.
I know, I'm coming behind you, because the New Barleycorn are going to do a special request. Again, a few weeks ago, Brian's Uncle Frank Mahal, Joanne Day, Joanne's listening, always a loyal listener to Gerry Quinn, but a lover of the New Barleycorn, and Alec and John. So her brother Frank passed away, and we were wondering about Just a Thought Away.
Do you remember the words?
Well,
You wrote it.
I wrote it, but you know, it's one of those things.
Are you?
Very, very sorry to hear the loss. And the Day family, of course. Where would you get it? You would never get
Wonderful
better.
family.
You would never get
The
better.
best.
I remember years ago in the garage sitting around singing Irish songs. John and I were there, and I don't know. I think it was 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when we left, and they were still at it.
But Alec, just a quick question on this. This song, you wrote it in memory of your good friend Mike Jones, and I knew Mike. You and he were just the best of pals, weren't
He
you?
was really something else. We just
Played golf.
and we played golf a lot. We hit it off great together. And we did tours to Ireland, golfing tours, and he was just one of those great guys. So yeah,
Clare man and a Dublin man. What a great combination.
I know.
Now, John, when you were born in, was it Newry?
Down, yep.
Newry County Down. Did you meet this young lad, Andrew McManus from Newry? He's a singer here.
I did, yes.
Yeah, he's a
very
talented-
nice young man,
Yes.
and a very nice singer too.
Yeah, nice
He
singer.
writes his own material and
Stuff, yeah.
he does his own thing, and Andrew's a very nice fella.
he is. He's a lovely lad.
Okay.
Lovely lad.
So, just a thought away.
Just a thought away.
And now I have to say goodbye to the best friend I've ever known. The years have sadly passed me by. Now God has called them home. The times we shared together, as we laughed and sang and played. Just remember, my old friend, you're just a thought away. When I think back on how we met so many years ago, the bearded folk. I'm telling stories at the bar of Ireland far away. Just remember, my old friend, you're just a thought away. You're just a thought away from me. You're just a thought away. I just thought I'd like to say, you're just a thought away. I see you struggle now, my friend, so tired, so afraid. I wish that I could ease your pain and make it all go away. You've been a special friend to me, and I can only say, just remember, my old friend, you're just a thought away. You're just a thought away from me. You're just a thought away. I just thought I'd like to say, you're just a thought away. And now your journey has begun. The road just ahead. You know that I will think of you each night before my bed. I will travel down that road to meet you there someday. Just remember, my old friend, you're just a thought away. You're just a thought away from me. You're just a thought away. I just thought I'd like to say, you're just a thought away. I just thought I'd like to say, you're just a thought away.
I would say,
Beautiful, beautiful.
I would
Thank
say
you so
that's
much.
probably
Thank
one of the
you.
most requested songs on this program.
And that's
All
so
the, all the time. We get a call from
That's so nice to hear.
every Sunday.
Yeah.
So I hope the royalties are pouring in.
Oh, God, I'll tell you this one. That's thanks be to God, you know. But I still have to keep the wife working though, Joe. You can't depend on it, you know.
You're darn right. Wives should work these days.
Oh, there's going to be trouble. There'll be wigs on the
Gerry
green.
Quinn.
I remember
Yeah.
talking to Tommy Macon one time about full green fields, and I says, Tommy, every person I know in the world and everybody singer that I know has recorded Four Green Fields. You've got to be a billionaire by now, because usually the writers are the people that make the big money. He says, let me see now. And he pulled out his wallet. He says, the last amount of money, I think I got £5 5 years ago from ASCAP or BMI. I don't know.
As they used to say, it wouldn't keep you in hot dinners.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. But it is a beautiful song. And I want to ask you this. I'm always fascinated by songwriters, how they can take a message. What would take most of us a whole page to write or to convey a message. Songwriters can do it in a 2.5 or 3 minute song. It's quite a talent
Yeah,
to
you
be
know,
able to do that.
when you get it like a line or just a thought and kind of put it together and working it from there. And
You've written quite a few songs.
yeah, I like to. I enjoy doing it. There's a bunch of them there that we've never even attempted to record or anything. But yeah, it's a fun thing to do.
Fun thing to do. Yeah.
And it's always when you do write a song, when you have people come up and say they enjoy it, or when we look off stage and we can see people that are enjoying what we're doing. So yeah, it's
You
a
know,
good
the
reward.
one thing I wish I had wrote American Pie. The song. Don McLean is a multi-billionaire from that song.
He certainly
He was
is.
very smart. He never sold the rights. He was offered,
Yeah.
people wanted to buy it off him all the time. Would never sell it. And he owns the publishing company. He owns it all.
I guess, isn't there
And
something?
still making millions from that song.
Yes, amazing.
So
Amazing.
listen, we still have a chance.
Keep
All
at it.
right.
Yes,
Keep
right,
at it.
right.
J.C. Sullivan sits down every day and he works on writing songs. Not one of them has been published yet.
I'm at a loss for words.
Right.
Are you tired? Are you able to go on?
Oh yeah. Till Wednesday anyway.
Right.
Well, John and Alec, elections, whatever you want to do.
Oh, actually, anything you want. Are they all? Is everybody singing along out there in Facebook world?
They're singing along, they're listening along. Yes.
Some of them have their pajamas on, and we can see
Yes,
it. We can see it.
You better let me take over.
Farewell to your bricks of mortar, farewell to your dirty lime, farewell to your gangers and your gang planks and the hell we owe at time. What a good ship ragamuffin, lying at the quay, with a shovel on his back to the shores of Botany Bay.
Away down to the quay where the ship at anchor lies, and the gang of navvies that they told me to engage. I just stepped into the pool and before I went away, for a trip and a beach to the shores of Botany Bay.
Farewell to your bricks of mortar, farewell to your dirty lime, farewell to your gangers and your gang planks and the hell we owe at time. What a good ship ragamuffin, lying at the quay, with a shovel on his back to the shores of Botany Bay.
Boss came up this morning and he says to me, hello, don't mix your mortar like the friend you'll have to go. See the little son, I demanded all my pay, and the mortgage took the shores of
Farewell to your bricks of mortar, farewell to your dirty line, farewell to your gangers and your gang planks and the hell you'll always hang. All a good ship ragamuffin, lying at the quay, with a shovel on his back to the shores of Botany Bay.
When I reach Australia, I'll go and dig for gold. For the digging, there's going to be gold. I'll go back to the country, I hope your bricks I weigh. It's all the shores of Botany Bay.
Farewell to your bricks of mortar, farewell to your dirty line, farewell to your gangers and your gang planks and the hell you'll always hang. What a good ship ragamuffin, lying at the quay, with a shovel on his back to the shores of Botany Bay. Farewell to your bricks of mortar, farewell to your dirty line, farewell to your gangers and your gang planks and the hell you'll always hang. What a good ship ragamuffin, lying at the quay, with a shovel on his back to the shores of Botany Bay. Yep.
Way to go. Way to go. Excellent. Excellent.
Good show. Now, the
That's
one
right.
thing I forgot there, Colleen.
Yes.
You know, we do a lot of rehearsal before this program, John. You
I can
tell
see that.
You can tell that, right? But you get one sound, the sound of the camera that goes out on the camera, and then the
Yes.
sound that goes out on the radio.
Yes.
So sometimes when you're listening or watching this, it might not seem too coordinated sometimes. But,
Young fella.
all right, what are we going to do?
Well, you're always welcome at our house, and thanks very much indeed.
Thanks for having us, Jerry.
And we got Ireland listening, and well, Kate O'Malley's on.
Hey, O'Malley,
A man came into our house, our house, our house. A man came into our house to sell some brews. So we asked him to come in, then we hit him with the hammer, then we put him in the closet in the fire to brew. But you're always welcome at our house, any time of the day. You're always welcome at our house, and we hope you will stay. A lady came to our house, our house, our house. A lady came to find out why we weren't at school. So we asked her to come in, then we gave her quite a lemonade and put her in the freezer where it's nice and cool. But you're always welcome at our house, any time of the day. You're always welcome at our house, and we hope you will stay. A boy came into our yard, our yard, our yard. A boy came into our yard to get his ball. So we asked him to come in, then we brought him in the cellar, then we sealed him up inside the basement wall, singing down. But but you're always welcome at our house. Any time of the day, you're always welcome at our house, and we hope you will stay. So if you go to our house, if you go to our house, you'll have some fun. We'll ask you to come in, and we'll bring you in the kitchen, and we'll stick you in the oven till you're nicely done. Sing it out. But you're always welcome at our house, any time of the day. You're always welcome at our house, and we hope you will. One more time. You're always welcome at our house, any time of the day. You're always welcome at our house, and we hope you will stay.